So, the other day, I was procrastinating. I know, right? It got me thinking, if I were to go up to one of my friends here at OC and say, oh, man, I've got this huge paper that I've blown off, um, and it's now the night before, I haven't done any research for it, I'm probably going to have to pull an all-nighter and wing it and just hope for the best. And they would respond with something like, "Oh, I've been there before. I I know what you're going through. Ha ha ha. Do 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 do." And I mean, procrastination kind of seems like a joke. Like, let's see how long I can procrastinate, and turn in something at the last minute, with putting very little effort into it, and laugh at how good of a grade that I can get. Oh my gosh, they gave me a B for this crud. How long did you study for yours and you got a B minus? I did better than you did. It becomes a competition. How long can I goof off and still, get a decent grade? And I don't know, it just seems like, at least in my circle of friends, that studying has become something that you do only after you have goofed off for as long as humanly possible, and only study so you can not get kicked out of school. And I don't know, like, I'm not here to teach this lesson to speak on the evils of having a social life, because honestly, I feel like if we didn't have a social life, if we didn't have someone that we can hang out with and just kind of relax and maybe, momentarily forget about our obligations, then I feel like we'd probably hate ourselves. We'd just be stuck in the apartments or dorms all day, studying, only coming out to eat and go to class. And so, I mean, I'm here to say that social life is a healthy thing to have. But, hopefully I'm going to, shed some light on an even bigger issue that is just bigger than procrastination and having a social life. Colossians 3, verse 23 states, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men." Let's take a look at the parable of the talents in Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. "Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who calls his servants and entrusts them his property. To one he gave 5 talents of money, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who received the 5 talents went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. So also the one with 2 talents gained 2 more. But the man who had received the 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 talents brought the other 5. 'Master,' he said, 'you entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more.' His master replied, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness.' The man with the 2 talents also came. 'Master,' he said, 'you entrusted me with 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more.' His master replied, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness.' Then the man who had received the 1 talent came. 'Master,' he said, 'I knew that you were a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talent in the ground. So, see, here is what belongs to you.' His master replied, 'You wicked, lazy servant! You know that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned I would have received it back with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10 talents. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. And throw that worthless servant outside in the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. We do not own anything in this earth. I mean, realistically, everything we have is just a blessing from God, right? So that makes us the servants and God the master from the parable. And everything we have is just stuff that is entrusted to us. And the opportunity to attend college is such a huge blessing. Not only do we benefit by furthering our own knowledge, but the same thing makes us better servants for God. We become better businessmen, better chefs, better lawyers, better teachers. If we just coast our way through college, not only do we sell ourselves short, we sell God short. Especially from the standpoint of a future youth minister like myself. If I decide to sleep through one of my youth ministry classes, not only does Dudley get mad at me, I miss an important bit of insight. I am now potentially selling hundreds of kids short because I am going to be a youth minister that is okay with mediocrity. And that is a slap in the face to God. When we coast through life, we become the wicked and lazy servant whenever we don't take the blessings that God gives us and use them to bless others. Not only do we shortchange God, but we shortchange us too. Suppose you want to get to the other side of a room. Say the room is 12 foot long. So, the only way you can get there is to cross half the distance at a time. So, first you would go 6 feet, and then 3 feet, and so on. How long would it take you to get to the other side of the room? The answer is never. If you keep crossing a room only going half the distance at a time, true, you're going to get closer and closer, but the number's just going to get smaller and smaller. It's never going to disappear. You're never going to meet your goal. The same is true for our lives. I mean, if we go through life just doing things halfway, we're never going to reach our full potential. God planned awesome things for our lives, and if we don't do our best, not only do we not glorify God, we sell ourselves short. I mean, if we follow God's will, He's going to bless us with even more. So, why would you procrastinate? Why would you not go to class? Why would you skip an assignment or suck at work? God's going to see what you're doing and be happy, and people are going to see what you're doing. They're going to see God glorified. Thanks.